Sis, I want you to breathe for a second before we talk about strategy. Because if you click this video thinking, if my views were higher, everything would feel easier. I need you to hear this gently. Low views are not the reason your content isn't converting. And I know that's frustrating to hear because views are the only thing you can see. But what you're actually struggling with runs much deeper than numbers. Let me describe a moment and see if this feels familiar. You post something you actually cared about. You didn't rush it. You prayed over it and you felt like, okay, this is real. Then you watch the numbers, not obsessively at first, just checking, and they don't move. Or worse, they move, but nothing else does. No messages, no inquiries, no how can I work with you? And what hurts isn't just the views, it's the thought you don't say out loud. Am I actually helping anyone? Here's why we fixate on views. Views feel objective. They feel measurable. They give us something to blame that isn't ourselves. Because if the problem is the algorithm, then we don't have to ask harder questions, like whether we're clear or grounded or confident in our message. Views are easy to point at. Clarity is not. There was a season in my life when my views actually started increasing. And I remember thinking, okay, God, maybe this is it. But something felt off. Because while people were watching, I still felt unsure. I was showing up, but I wasn't anchored. I hadn't decided who I was talking to. I hadn't owned what I helped with. And I definitely hadn't gotten comfortable inviting people deeper. So my content looked good, but it didn't lead. Let me say this plainly. People don't pay because you're visible. They pay because they're clear why you matter, who you're for, and how you help them move forward. If she's confused, she scrolls, even if she likes you. Most moms in business are trying to sound inclusive. This is for the women. This is for moms. This is for anyone who wants confidence. But clarity feels exclusive, not rude, focused. When you talk to everyone, no one feels chosen. Conversion happens when one woman thinks, she's talking to me. This one is tender. Your content is comforting. It validates her feelings. It reminds her she's not alone. And that matters. But comfort without direction eventually stalls. She needs to know, what do I do next? Where do I go? How do I move forward with support? If you never answer that, she stays encouraged but stuck. And here's the part most people skip. You don't fully believe you're allowed to invite her to work with you. So you overteach. You give everything away. And when it's time to offer, you soften your voice or skip it entirely. Not because you're manipulative, but because rejection feels personal. Let me say this with love, sis. If God trusted you with the solution, you are not being humble by hiding it. Invitation is not pressure, it's stewardship. You are allowed to be clear. You are allowed to lead. You are allowed to get paid for helping. So this week, don't chase views. Ask one better question. Is one woman clear how I help her move forward? That's where conversion starts. If this spoke to you today, sis, comment clarity below. And if you're ready for support that doesn't require you to force yourself, the links are there when you're ready. I love you, sis. Low views aren't the problem. Clarity is. I'll see you in the next video.